Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll write the VBA code to create the step-by-step guided tour. And this is the part 2 for the step-by-step guided tour animation for the sales dashboard. Make sure to watch the part 1 video before watching to this part 2 video. So with that note, we'll start the part 2 video and we'll write the VBA code to create the step-by-step guided tour animation for this sales dashboard. Now we are ready with the shapes and the buttons. And to do a step-by-step guide, all we have to do is we have to play with the hide and unhide option for this callout. In the initial, when we click on take a to button, at that time what we will do, we'll hide all these callout options, right? The whole idea is in the starting what we will do, we'll hide all this callout. You can do this by just clicking on this icon against this callout 1 and 2, right? So let me click on this button. You can see the callout 1 is hide, so we'll hide all the callouts in the initial when we click on this take a to button. And when the user click on this step 1, what we will do, we'll unhide only this callout 1 and the other callout options will get hide. And when we click on step 2, what we will do, we'll hide all the callout options and only the callout option will unhide, so that it will reflect only for that second step section, right? So same way and likewise we'll do for the rest of the steps. If you want to present step 3, we'll hide all the callouts and we'll just unhide callout 3, and same for the callout 4, same for the callout 5, and same for the callout 6. And to give a very good animated look, what we will do, when the user click on step 1, this callout 1 will get unhide, right? But it will reflect immediately, right? And as soon as I unhide this callout 1, you can see it just popped up very straight, right? And to give a animated look to this callout shape, all we have to do is we have to play with the position of this callout. And here we'll use the top position. Assume that the callout where we have placed the top position of this shape is 20, right? This is my original position where we have placed this one. And to give an animated look, what we will do, we'll increase this one like 30, 40 and the 50. When we set the top position of this callout, then it will be somewhere here, right? And slowly what we will do, we'll move a 40, we'll move 30, then we'll place to the original position, which is a 20. And between this each step, right, so we'll give some buffer time so that it will look so that it will be act as an animated look, right? So this is the whole idea to create the animated look for this callout shapes. And here we'll play with the top position, right? So let me delete this. Now let me hide this callout from the selection pane, right? So now we don't have any callout reflecting on this sheet. So next what we will do, next we will write a VBA code to give an animated look to this callout shapes. Use the keyboard shortcut Alt plus F11 to open the Visual Basic editor. So so here my Visual Basic editor, I already inserted a module 2, and here I already entered the time frame code with the constant buffer time. As I mentioned earlier, we will play with the top position for this callout shape, right? And to play with the callout, the top position, this is the delay we'll give. So 0.06 milliseconds will give a delay. When the shape move from 50 position to 40 position, between that will give this number of buffer time, so that it will be look like a animated look, right? And here we'll use this code to give a delay position here, right? So what we have to do first here, so first we have to click on take a to button, right? So once When the user click on take a to button, so what are all actions should happen here? So once we click on the take a to button, all these callout shapes should be hide, right? And this cancel button should be enabled. So let me hide this cancel button also. So this is my cancel button and we'll hide this also, right? So once we click on this take it to, all these callout shapes will get hide and the cancel button will be unhide, right? So this is my names for my shapes. So again press Alt F11, we'll go back to the Visual Basic Editor and we'll create a sub procedure here and we'll assign this sub procedure to the take a to button. And to create a sub procedure, just enter sub space take guided tour, right? This is the procedure name and press enter. So what we have to do, so we have to hide all the callout shapes, right? And what is my sheet name? My sheet name is dashboard, right? And if I go into the Visual Basic Editor, in the left hand side in the Project Explorer, you can see here is my dashboard sheet, right? And what is my code name for this dashboard sheet? This is the sheet 4, and this code name is a unique name in across this sheet workbook, right? Instead of using this dashboard, we'll use this code name, right? Sheet 4 dot shapes, bracket open, and here is asking index, so we can enter the index number or we can use the shape name. So what is the shape name? So what we have to do here, so once we click on this take it to button, all my callouts shape should get hide. Now enter the callout shape name in double quotes. So what is my callout name here? It's a callout 1 to callout 6, right? So we'll do that. So callout 1 dot visible equal to MSO false. So we'll hide this one, right? And we'll do same for rest of the callouts. So let's copy this, paste 5 more times here. So this is my 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So let's rename this. This is my callout 2, this is my callout 3, this is my callout 4, this is my callout 5 and 6. All my callout shapes will get hide. So next what we have to do, we have to unhide the cancel button, right? So sheet 4 dot shapes, bracket open, and what is my name for the cancel button? This is my name, right? Cancel button. So enter the cancel button name here, close the bracket, dot visible equal to MSO true. So our cancel button will get unhide here. So once we click on take it to button, these are all actions will happen. Next what we have to do, we have to hide this take it to button and we have to get this step 1, right, visible. Once we click on it, cancel button should unhide and the step 1 button should visible here, right? So and to make this step 1 button visible, what we will do here, we'll play with the Z order. Z order means, so the Z order, what it will do, it is like a bring to front. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to make anything to the front, what we will do, we'll go with the bring to front, right? So in code what we will use, we'll use the Z order and we'll make this step 1 to the first position, right? If I drag this step 1 to the first position, then you can see the step 1 is visible in the front, right? So we'll play with the Z order option here. So once we click on this take to button, we have to bring the sheet 4 dot shapes, bracket open, and what is my button name for the step 1? This is the step 1, right? Now we'll enter the step 1 in double quotes, close the bracket, dot, here we'll use Z order. Now Z order space MSO bring to front. So what it will do, it will bring the step 1 button to the front so that we can see only the step 1 button here, right? So this is the code will assign to the take to button, right? So this is my procedure name. So let's go back to the sheet and we'll assign that code to this take to button here, right? So right click on this take to button, select this assign macro. From here select this take guided tour. This is the name we have given, right? Select this one and click OK. Now when we click on this take a to button, you can see what will happen, right? So once I click on it, you can see the cancel button is enabled and the step 1 is bring to the front. Now here we have to click on the step 1, right? Now what we will do, we'll write the code for this step 1. Now press the Alt F11 to go back to the Visual Basic Editor, and here we'll create the another sub procedure, and that procedure code will assign to step 1, right? So sub space step 1 guide. So press enter. So this is the sub procedure name I have given here. Now let's understand what are all action should happen when we click on step 1, right? So once we click on step 1, what we have to do is we have to hide all the shapes, all the callout shapes, and we have to unhide the callout 1, right? Only the first callout we have to unhide, and all other callout we have to hide it. So this is the step we have to do here. So go back to the Visual Basic Editor. So you can copy this line from this first sub procedure and you can paste it in the step 1 guide. So here what we have to do, we have to unhide this first callout, right? And all other callout we have to hide it, which is a MSO false. Next what we have to do, next we have to give a animated look, right? Let me unhide this callout for a moment so that we can see what going to happen here. Now my callout is placed right at this position, and I don't know what is the top position of this callout. So how we will know what is the top position of this callout? In the Visual Basic Editor, we can go to this immediate window and we can easily identify what is my top position for that callout, right? So what we will do, and if you don't see this immediate window, you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+G, or you can go to this view menu and you can select this immediate window from here. So here in the immediate window, what we can do, we can just enter the question mark and use the sheet 4 as the code name for the dashboard sheet is the sheet 4, right? The sheet 4 dot shapes and my callout 1, close the bracket, press dot. From here you can select the top, right? And press enter. You will get the position, the top position of your callout 1. And what is my top position for my callout 1? This is the 26, right? Now this callout is placed at the 26 top position, and we'll play with this top position here, right? So let's enter this, let's copy this sheet 4 and we'll paste this here in the step 1, equal to, so instead of 26, what we will do, we'll enter the 29 here, right? So this is my original position as 29. So before going to this 29, we'll make the position to the 39th position. So I am just subtracting 10 from this one. And before 39, we'll place this to 49. And before 49, we'll place this at 59. So initially what we will do, we'll place this call out at 59th position. Next we'll place at 49th position. Next we'll place at 39, and at last we'll place at the original position, which is the 29, right? So let's give it here. So instead of 29, first we'll place this at 59. Let's copy this 4 times. So 59, 49, 39 and the 29. So this is my original position. And before reaching to this original position, moving this callout 3 times, from 59 to 49, from 49 to 39, and then again to 29. So this is the steps I am doing here, right? Now let's see what will happen when we click on the step 1 button. So before doing that, we have to assign this step 1 code to the step 1 button, right? So go back to this sheet, right click on the step 1 and select assign macro and select the macro name, which is the step 1 guide, right? Click on OK and click on this step 1 button, then you can see the difference here. So it's just run very fast, right? It just run from 59 to 29. So all we have to do is we have to give a delay between this each step, right? So go back to this Visual Basic editor and we'll give a delay for each step. So before reaching to 49, I want to give a delay of 0.06 seconds that I have already entered here as a constant value, and my variable name is buffer time, right? And we'll call this time frame and we'll delay this 0.06 times, right? So let's copy this time frame sub procedure and we'll enter here, and we'll call this one, call time frame bracket open, and here we have to pass the pause time. So that pause time we have entered in this buffer time variable. So let's enter the variable which is the buffer time. Now close the bracket. Now this delay will add after each step here, right? Like this. So first it will place the 59 position, next it will give a delay, next it will place this 49 position, next it will give some delay, again 39 and again 29, right? Now let's save this, go back to this sheet and click on step 1 again to see the difference here. Now you can see, you just observe, right, how it's animated slowly from 59 position to the original 29 position. So this is how you can play with the any positions like top, left, right, right? So these are the position you can use to create an animated look. So next what we have to do, so we are hiding all the callouts and we are placing a top position. After that what we have to do is we have to bring the step 2 button to the front, right? So that we will do here. Sheet 4 dot shapes, and what is my name for this step 2? This is the step 2, right? Now enter this step 2 in double quotes. Now dot z order space bring to front. So by this what will happen, when we click on step 1, the step 2 button will get bring to front, right? Now let's save this again. Now go back to this sheet and we'll click on step 1 again. Now this time the step 1 button will not reflect, the step 2 button will bring to front, right? Let's click on the step 1, then you can see the step 2 is bring to the front, and we got this animated look. Now let's write a sub procedure code for this step 2, right? Go back to the Visual Basic editor. What you can do is you can copy this step 1 code and you can paste it, right? So we just copy this and we'll rename this sub procedure name to step 2 here. Now let's understand what are all actions we have to do when we click on this step 2 button, right? So when we click on step 2, this all the callout options should get hide and the callout 2 should unhide, right? So we have to unhide only the callout 2. So let's do that. Go back to the Visual Basic editor. So here for the callout 1, so what we have to do here is we have to hide the callout 1, 2, 3 and 6. Up to all 6 callouts we are hiding. Only the callout 2 will unhide, right? So only the callout will get unhide. Next what we have to do, next we have to find out the position of this second callout, and that how we can identify from this immediate window here, right? So let's rename this to callout 2 and press enter. You can see the position for this callout 2 is 26, right? Now for this callout 2 will give a top position as a 29, right? So we'll give a same position what we have given for this callout 1, and this is our step 2 code here, right? So what all we have to do is we just have to rename this, that's it, right? So we have just renamed this from callout 1 to callout 2, as the position, the top position for this callout 2 is same as what we have for this callout 1. So we'll play with this same idea. Original position is 29, so we are just playing with this top position from 59 to 49, from to 39 and to 29. And when we click on step 2, what going to happen, the step 3 button should bring to front, right? And what is the name for the step 3? This is a step 3, right? So here in the last step, what we will do, will bring the step 3 to the front. Right? This is the whole logic for the step 2. Now let's save this. Now go back to this dashboard sheet and we'll assign this step 2 code to this step 2 button. Right click on step 2, select assign macro and select the step 2 guide macro and click OK. Now we have assigned the macro. Now just click on this step 2, then you can see the difference here for the second callout, how it will pop up here. Right, just click on step 2, then you can see how animatedly is happened, and the first callout is hide it and the second callout is popped up, and the step 3 button is bring to front. And we have to write the code for the step 3. And what is our step 3? For the step 3 we have to bring the callout for this quarter section, right? Now let's go back to the Visual Basic Editor and you can just copy this step 2 code and paste it, right? And we can rename this to step 3. And the idea is same. Once we click on step 3, we have to hide all the callout. So let's change this to false. So we are hiding all the callouts and we have to unhide just callout 3, right? So let's change this to MSO true. So by this it will get unhide. So this step is done. And the next what we have to do is we have to identify the top position of this third callout, right? And how we can identify? From this immediate window, right? So just rename this to callout 3 and press enter. You can see this is my top position for this callout 3. So it has a decimal value. What we will do, instead of just 0.556, we'll just use the 179. And here also we'll play with these 4 steps. The original top position is 179, right? So what we will do, we'll increase 10 10 10 for this position, right? So 179 plus 10, it will be a 189, and next it will be 199, and next it will be a 209. So these are the 4 steps we will do. And this is for which callout? This is for the third callout, right? So let's rename this to 3. Here also 3, 3 and 3. And once we click on step 3, this step 4 button should bring to front, right? So let's rename this to step 4. So what's going to happen here once we click on step 3? The third callout will get unhide, and it will initially be set to this 209 top position. Add some delay, change to 199, change to 189, and change to original position, which is a 179, where we have placed the callout 3 shape, right? Next, this step 4 button will get bring to front. Now save this, go back to this dashboard sheet, and we'll assign the code to this step 3 button. Right click on step 3 button, select assign macro and select the step 3 guide macro here and click OK. Now just click on this step 3. Now let's hide this selection pane so that we can see all the data on one sheet. And once we click on step 3, another callout animation will pop up here. Right, so let's click on step 3, then you can see how animatedly is popped up, and it's pointing to this section here, right? This is the whole idea to create this step-by-step guided tour, right? Now let's do for this step 4. Go back to the Visual Basic Editor. Again same, copy this step 3 code, paste it, rename this to step 4. This is very easy, right? And again, when we click on step 4, all the callouts should get hide, and the step callout 4 should be unhide. And again same, we have to identify the position for this callout 4. So just rename this in immediate window and press enter, you will get the position. And the position is showing as a 181, right? So instead of 181, what we will do, we'll keep the 179 only, just to maintain the line consistency, right? So let's just rename this to callout 4. Everything is same. We just have to change this to callout 4. Same. First it will set to 209, 199, 189 and the 179. And once we click on step 4, we have to bring the step 5 button to front, right? So let's rename this to step 5. We are hiding all the callouts. We are unhiding only just callout 4, and this is the top position. We are playing with the animation, and next we are bringing step 5 to the front, right? Now let's assign this step 4 guide macro to the step 4 button here. So let's right click on the step 4, select assign macro, select the code which is a step 4 guide, and click OK. Now once we click on step 4, then you can see another callout animation is popped up and pointing to this category section. And same thing we have to do for the step 5 also. Now go back to the Visual Basic Editor, again same, just copy and paste and rename the shapes here. This is my step 5 macro, rename this to step 5, and the logic is, idea is same here. So all callouts should get hide and the step 5 should be unhide here. Next again same, we have to play with the top position here. Now let's find out the top position for this callout 5. Rename this in immediate window and press enter. So it's the 179, right? So the position is same for the step 5 also. The callout 5 top position is same as what we have for the callout 4 and for the callout 3. And this is very easy to do it, right? Now let's rename this to callout 5. Looks very easy, right? Only the logic and the idea is different here, right? Now we are just rename this to callout 5 and we are playing with the top position again. Now once we click on step 5, the step 6 button, we have to bring this to front, right? Now let's rename this to step 6. Save this and we'll assign this step 5 guide macro to the step 5 button here. So just right click on this step 5 button and select assign macro and select this step 5 guide macro from here and click OK. Now once we click on step 5 button, then you can see the another callout animation will pop up here, right? Let's click on step 5. You can see this is how it's popped up, right? And you can see the how it's animatedly popped up. This is the whole idea for the step-by-step guide. Now let's do the same for the step 6, which is our last step, right? Again same, just copy paste. Copy the step 5, paste it. Now rename this code to step 6 guided code. Now we'll hide all the callouts again, and the step 6 callout 6 will unhide, which is a MS, so true. And we have to find the top position for this callout 6, right? Where we can identify in the immediate window, right? Now let's rename this to callout 6 and press enter. You can see what is the top position. This is a 94.14772, right? So instead of this decimal, what we will use, we'll just use the 94. And so this is my 94 position. This is my original position, remember, okay? And what we have to do is we have to increase the 10 10 10 here, right? So 94 plus 10, it will be like a 104. Now add a one more 10, it will be 114. Next it will be 124. And this top position is for which callout? This is for 6 callout, right? Now let's rename this to callout 6, callout 6, callout 6. Here also same, right? And once we click on this step 6, we will not make any other shape to the bring front. What we will do, we'll keep only the step 6 to the front position only, right? This is the whole idea. And here we are adding a same buffer time. We are just giving us some milliseconds of delay just to give an animated look. Now let's assign this step 6 guided code to the step 6 button. Now go back to the sheet, right click on the step 6 button, select assign macro and select this step 6 guided code from here, right? Now let's click OK. Now we just assign the code to the step 6. Now let's click on step 6. Then you can see another callout animation is popped up here, right? This is the whole idea here. Now what we have to do, so we have assigned the code to all the 6 steps. The only one is left is cancel button, right? And when we click on cancel button, what action we have to do? So that will write a code, right? Go back to the Visual Basic editor. Now we'll create another sub procedure, sub space cancel tour. So this is my sub procedure name. So what are all action we have to do? So we have to hide all the callouts, and we have to bring take a tour button to the front, and we have to hide this cancel button, right? Now let's copy all this callout code from the step 6 code and we'll paste here, and we'll rename this to MSO false, as we have to hide all the callouts. Next, what we have to do, we have to bring the take a to button to the front, right? So sheet 4.shapes, and what is the name for the take a to button, and that we can know in the selection pane, right? Go to the home menu, find and select selection pane, and the name is take guide tour, right? So this is the name. So let's enter that name here, take guide tour, in double quotes, close the bracket, dot z order. So this is the property we are using, bring to front, right? Once we click on cancel tour, all the callouts will get hide, take a tour button will bring to the front. Next, what we have to do is we have to hide the cancel button, right? Cancel button dot visible equal to MSO false. Now let's save this, and we'll assign this cancel tour code to the cancel button, right? Go back to this sheet, right click on this cancel button, select assign macro, and select the cancel tour. So here you can see in the module 2, right? So we got the same name in the module 1 in the module 2. Let's cancel this and we'll give another name, right? Go back to the Visual Basic editor, and here we'll give a cancel tour guide. So this is the name we'll give here, right? So we'll assign this to cancel button. So right click on cancel button, assign macro, and select this cancel tour guide and click OK. Close this selection pane. You can see once I will click on this cancel button, all the callouts got hide, and cancel button is also got hide, and the take a to button is bring to the front. And we can play with this one. So whenever we want to take a tour, all we have to do is we can just click on this take a to button, just click on step 1. This is the popped up, the step 2, step 3. You can see the animated look also here, right? Step 5, the step 6, right? And once you click on cancel, everything will get reset to the default position. So the whole idea is we are playing with the delay times here, and that code you can see here. So this is the code we are using to give a delay for each steps here, right? And when we are clicking on this button, you can see how animatedly is popping up, right? So it's going to a different position and it's coming back to the original position with the animated look. So this is the whole idea to create this step-by-step guided tour animation for any tool. So this is I created for this sales dashboard. You can use this same technique for any other Excel tool, right? By just writing this Excel VBA code for this step-by-step guided. I hope you like this content, and if you like this content, please do like the video and make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of the video. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.